South Dakota Senator John Thune chairs the Senate Republican Conference and sits on the Finance Committee, which is the tax writing committee in the Senate. Senator, good morning to you and welcome back to our program.
Good morning, Bill.
Up or down vote, simple majority rules. What do you think about that idea?
We would love to have the opportunity to vote on the president's plan to raise taxes on almost 1 million small businesses in this country, but we would like to see the text of the bill first. They haven't put anything into legislative language yet, Bill. We haven't seen anything that they want to vote on. And we would like to have a procedure where Republicans can offer amendments. Right now, what Senator Reid has done is he's in legislative terms filled the amendment tree, essentially blocking Republicans from offering amendments, and furthermore hasn't given us anything to look at. But we're happy to have this debate. We welcome the opportunity to debate whether or not we ought to be raising taxes on 1 million small businesses at a time when we're trying to get Americans back to work and get the economy growing and expanding again.
On that note, you call the president's push on this whole matter reckless. How come?
Right. Well, it is because, you know, the president said 2 years ago when we had over 3% economic growth that raising taxes on small businesses would be a blow to the economy. Now we've got even slower growth. This year we're seeing about 2% economic growth. We've had 41 now consecutive months of unemployment above 8%, 23 million Americans who are either unemployed or underemployed, and the weakest economic recovery literally since the end of World War II. And the president's now talking about raising taxes on small businesses when 2 years ago, when the growth was even at a slower level, he thought that would be a blow to the economy. The only thing that's changed is this is now a political year. He thinks this is good politics. Frankly, we think this is the wrong thing to do, not only for the economy, but it's the wrong thing to do politically as well, and that's why we're happy to debate it.
On that point, is this something that will be settled before November? Does Congress have the wherewithal to do this, or is this something that is just a campaign issue for the next 115 days and you tackle it after the election?
Well, it should be settled before November because we need to provide people who create jobs in this country, our small businesses, certainty. We would welcome the opportunity to extend the tax rates for a year, and the House is going to have a vote sometime in a couple of weeks on that very issue. We hope to get a vote on that here in the United States Senate. But the problem you have right now is this is all a political exercise in the Senate. In fact, it's such a charade, the Senate doesn't even under the Constitution originate revenue measures, the House does. So if we were to do something in the Senate, it would be blue-slipped in the House. Anyway, what Senator Reid is trying to do is to create a political issue to try and rally his base during an election year. It's the wrong thing for the economy, and we're going to do everything we can to stop it. We would, however, like to see tax rates extended for all Americans for the next year, and particularly for those small businesses where we're looking to create jobs and get the economy back on its feet.
As it stands right now, how many Senate Democrats do you believe would vote with you on that extension?
Well, I would like to see, Senator Lieberman's already come out and expressed his reservations about raising taxes on small businesses. We would think, too, that Senator Tester in Montana, Senator McCaskill in Missouri, places where you've got tough political campaigns and where people understand that it's the small businesses that create the jobs. We shouldn't be raising taxes during a time when we're trying to get the economy growing again.
So would that be...
Those might be some Democrats that would be available to us. I hope we could get a handful of Democrats that would be for extending all the rates for another year.
Would that be 3 or 4 or possibly more?
It would, I've been around here long enough to know that when they start putting the pressure on, it's probably unlikely that it's more than 3 or 4, but you would think there would be a dozen that would be available for an issue like this that's so important to our economy and to economic growth.
Okay, we'll watch for further debate today and we'll see whether or not it moves. John Thune, thank you for your time, Senator.
Thanks, Bill. Good to be with you.
Good to have you back here.